Happy Sunday, everybody. I am live here from my office. Just going to do a very short video today. Nothing too extreme. Trying to get out and enjoy my Sunday. It's a beautiful day, beautiful weather here in Vegas. So today I'm just going to give a brief industry update, specifically around what's going on with logistics in Japan specifically. So Japan has had some restrictions and updates to their Japan Post system. And so these restrictions started from the beginning of April. So the first suspension happened like on April 4th, and they restricted posts to several countries, 153 countries. For 126 of those countries, the suspension is just on EMS and airmail, which are kind of like the more kind of budget services that you can get for Japan Post. Even though Japan Post may be suspended for those more express services to you, you'll still be able to get, or not the express services, those more affordable services, you'll still be able to get the express services. So there is a lot of information online to see which countries are included in this suspension. That's a lot of countries, 153. Let's see if I can look at this list. Yeah, so a lot of Middle East and other Asian countries, African countries have been suspended. And of course, this is all due to COVID-19. So if you are expecting, any tea shipments in from Japan, you should expect some delay and have patience with those parcels to reach. I know from my experience with the producers that we work with and shipments that we have coming in from Japan, there has been delays. So for instance, there is an EMS shipment that I've been tracking that does not have an update in the system since April 4th. So unfortunately, we may have missed the cutoff date of when these suspensions started, and so now that parcel is kind of stuck in the system. So we just have to have patience for that parcel to come in. I'm sure if we would have ordered that shipment under the more costly express services, there would be less of a holdup. So that is the word on the street, that if you want your parcels to reach in a timely manner right now, it is worth the investment to take the express shipment. So that's actually the service that we are using for all of our matcha shipments that are coming in. That's kind of the deepest industry update I wanted to provide. I know that there are some logistical suspensions and holdups for other countries such as China and of course India. So India is on a complete lockdown. Yesterday I was talking about how the tea processors in the estates are allowed to have some level of labor capacity, up to 50% labor capacity out in the fields making tea. For logistics or shipping or any of those types of companies, there is a complete lockdown until May 4th. You should expect delays from shipments from India. But Japan is not on a lockdown. Things are unpredictable. We don't know. But the Japan Post has put several suspensions on shipments to different countries. They are allowing imports, though. So if you are shipping something to Japan, which is, not extremely likely, but in that case, then you will not experience any delay in your shipment coming in. So I am going to quickly drink some tea. I'm not planning to be here too long, and actually I wanted to use most of this time to express a new boundary that I've come across in this experience of doing these daily tea videos with you all, and that's that I think I'm going to take weekends off. You know, when I first made this commitment to do this, I wanted to challenge myself, you know, even just for my own sanity, to have something to do every day. And so I've been doing that. But now I feel like there is some structure in what's going on, and I'm very comfortable with, you know, this whole format, and feel like there is a good amount of value that's being shared with everybody. So the weekdays are enough. So 5 days a week, I'll be doing it. And of course, I think I also want to give myself that flexibility that if I need, you know, some time to myself, or just want to take a break from technology. Because, yeah, I think I'm starting to feel some technology, what's the word? Fatigue, I think is the word. Because it's just been so much media and technology fatigue. You know, I think it's really needed. Really authentic, raw content is needed, because if not, you know, we're just going to be consuming our content from the powers that be that want to, you know, control our culture, or, you know, kind of our perception and viewpoint in the world. And so, you know, I think it's important to contribute authentic, raw content like this to help keep the media that we all consume a bit more grounded than not. So I appreciate you all allowing me to do this, and holding space for this. Yeah, so that's been my major breakthrough. Yeah, I think I'm ready for some more, you know, quiet time and peace time. So, you know, I still look forward to doing these live videos. So I'm definitely going to be doing them during the week, and taking my weekends off. So I'm brewing some Silver Needle. I brewed this the other day, and it was really nice, and kind of feel like drinking it again, something light and fresh. See how clean that brew is. See that? Really crisp vegetable scent to it, like asparagus, you know, just nice, flowery as well. Bitcoin, you ready to come up? Mm-hmm. I did a lot of cooking last night, and plan to do some more cooking. Received a large farmer's box from the Intuitive Forager Farmers Market. So, trying to find interesting ways to create recipes with some of this unique produce, and you know, of course, create some inspiration for others to find some love and passion, and yeah, you know, just kind of simple pleasures and simple luxuries, you know, that we miss those chances and experiences to go to the tea house, to go to the restaurant, to eat good food with your friends. So I think there is some more work that we can do ourselves, for ourselves, to create those kinds of experiences. So I've been kind of documenting some of those things. Yeah, the orange cake, it was good. It was interesting. You know, I juiced a bunch of oranges, and created a bunch of pulp, and I just didn't have the heart to compost that. So I tried to make a cake, and yeah, it was pretty good. It's no carrot cake. I look forward to making a carrot cake with the carrots that are in the box. But actually, the frosting that I made for the orange cake, I'll be able to transfer over into the carrot cake. But yeah, I made a lasagna, and the whole premise of this whole experience of cooking these things and sharing my experiences with that, is that I haven't gone to the grocery store in over 6 weeks. And my pantry and my refrigerator has become quite sparse, but no need to fear. You can still find uh, ways to create interesting food, and learn new recipes and learn new techniques. To be honest, I'd never made pasta before. I just thought I'd try it. Dry pasta is always such an easy thing to get and such an easy thing to cook, but with so much extra time on my hands now, I figured I'd take my stab at actually making it by hand. And I think lasagna is probably one of the easier things that you can make, because as you're rolling it out, you don't have to roll it out into to small little pieces. You can just make the big pieces. So highly recommend it. Uh, Baking bread, all these types of things. Baking bread is actually a very more advanced technique. So I'd encourage you that if you try it and it doesn't work out for you, don't lose hope. Um, Bread is advanced, especially like a yeast risen bread. So maybe go for more of a quick bread, or like a baking powder risen bread or baking soda risen bread, because those tend to be a little bit easier. Pancakes, things like that tend to be biscuits tend to be a little bit easier than sourdough. That's a bit of a more advanced one. But yeah, I encourage you to have some fun, um, and also apply this mentality of scarcity and of trying to find value in things that we might have not valued in the past. So, for example, the orange pulp, when I was juicing the oranges, of course, the juice is very high value. I'm enjoying it. Even making some like tea juice mocktail type drinks. Um, but the pulp that comes on the side is typically something, when we're living in a time of abundance and ability to go out and consume all you want, it might be really easy to just think to throw those things out and not value those things. But this is a better time, or best time than ever, to really challenge yourself to find value and in everything, even the things that you might have thought had no value. Um, in relation to tea, something I've been telling some of our partners is that there's value, even if they, one, can't produce the tea because of some government lockdown, that they could, produce tea for themselves, or like maybe it's not wise for them economically to produce tea for unsustainable, unpredictable markets. So, but they still need to to manage their plants and prepare for next flush. So, they do the skiffing, and in that case, yeah, they just compost all the leaf. But I think, in this time of scarcity, there could be an opportunity to find some kind of hidden value in the tea leaf, such as eating it. You know, People eat tea leaves in Japan and China. It's kind of a novelty, just kind of like a delicacy novelty type of a thing. But in this time of scarcity, when we're gonna have to, skiff all those bushes anyways, you may as well find some value in that greenery and being able to cook it. So just doing a second seep here. Marilyn, thank you so much for commenting. love my tea friends, helping me keep connected during this time. Just me and Bitcoin. So yeah, I'll be seeing you tomorrow and all the rest of the week. Unless I provide notice that I'm going to be taking a day off. But next weekend I look forward to. Yeah, exactly. So Marilyn says it reminds me of growing up poor with a single mom and how she had to improvise. I know that's a very rough hardship to deal with and something, um, I wouldn't want to wish upon anybody is, having a limited family and limited resources for your family. But that resilience and being able to improvise even in the face of scarcity is a really valuable character to have. And I think it's a privilege actually to have that character. There's all kinds of privilege, but this is a unique type of privilege that I think the world would be really well served if more people, um, had that had that privilege. So this is the time. And yeah, so all of my work right now, I have a lot of time on my hands and a lot of effort and a lot of energy, and so all of this and all of the other stuff I'm putting out on the internet, as uncomfortable and vulnerable as it may make me feel, my intention is to empower people to see the value in that privilege of knowing how to improvise and be resilient. So um, yeah, it's not coming from a place uh, of anything else, purely of empowerment and inspiration. And I feel like that's really the only thing I can offer right now. I'm trying to offer other things, but that's the greatest thing that I can offer at scale. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a tech entrepreneur, so I'm always thinking about how do you scale this value, and so that's exactly it. On Bitcoin, Bitcoin, he wants to share that inspiration too. So with that said, I think I'm going to tune off a little bit early today, and I appreciate that you guys, held the space for me and connected with me, and hope I shared some valuable information today. Not much, but it's Sunday, and I hope that everybody has a beautiful rest of your day. Get some good rest before this week, and hope you find some passionate goals that you want to accomplish over this week, and do your best to reach those goals. So with that, goodbye.